Mic check. Audio check. Audio balance check. All the checks. Hey, Travis, nice to see you. Thanks for coming out. All right, we'll load down the, how about now, Potato? Little bassy, but it should, is it still bad? It should be pretty good. The audio wavelength is being weird. Why is the... Oh no, this stuff again. Oh no. Oh, come on, man. I know what's causing this. And last time it was like the USB port that my mic was plugged into. The problem is that if I unplug the mic, it will mess everything up. I don't know what causes this. Solution. Do I has one? Okay. Maybe. Okay, let me try. Testing. Testing. Is that any better? I mean, I can turn it up. We can always turn it up. Okay. I think we're good. So, I just swapped my camera's microphone. I was doing some shenanigans, and I will explain my shenanigans, but I'm uncertain what keeps happening to this. It's like a USB issue. So I could fix it by like plugging it into a different USB port, but then Streamlabs won't see it, and that causes more problems. So I can like, maybe I'll get lucky. I'm just gonna unplug. Now that we have a backup mic, I'm gonna unplug it. Plug that back in. Because I could tell when I was talking that the audio wavelength was weird. Let's see. Testing. Testing. It still looks weird, yeah. Alright. Well, we can't win them all. We'll deal with that later. We'll deal with that later. Yes, we have 3 boys, Sherry. We have Kagami, Ace, and Senku. They are getting pretty old, though. We'll just use this for right now. It's not perfect, but it'll do. How's everybody's Saturday night going? Is your Saturday night going, I guess, is the question. I'm gonna try to put this on the other screen so I can... Windows, have I ever mentioned how much I hate you? I just want to drag a window into a spot without you thinking I want you to do something and reshape it. I don't want you to do anything. I just want to move it into a spot. There we go. xshot long shot, only 25? That's a pretty good deal for an xshot long shot. Supermax reshell for a Titan? That sounds fun. Glad other people are doing fun things. It's been in production for a month, Rufus. I'm gonna switch off Teespring. I'm actually probably gonna switch to a different distributor. I've been hearing some issues. I have no hands on that. If you don't have anything in like a week or so, I would send them a sternly worded email, because yeah, that's unacceptable. That's one of the reasons why I'm just kind of done with Teespring. I think a lot of YouTubers are pretty done with Teespring. I like the XP thing they added. I saw that in a different stream. And hey, I have it. I didn't even have to do anything. It's just automatically there. That's kind of cool. Raining, just like always here in Seattle. Don't I know it? It's a nice rain day though, Nicholas. I kind of like it. It's very chill out there. It's warm enough. It's the perfect April weather, but it's June, or almost June. Nice to see you, Solanese. Thanks for coming out, Solanus. I got hooked on the spicy bean vegetable patty, and I'm not even vegetarian. Having an identity crisis. Tasty things are tasty. Well, thank you, Elijah. I don't know about best, but I am a thing. Win Dart Zone content? I have a Dart Zone video coming, but I don't have any new Dart Zone blasters, if that's what you're asking for. I got a Power Drench XL on Sunday. It's really, really good. Really. I've heard nothing but bad things about it, Vesic. What's your threshold for good? In Spokane, it is perfect mid-July weather. That sounds awful. So it's like 98 degrees outside. If I am the largest Nerf streamer, backup's backup, it's only because nobody else is doing it. That's the only reason. So it's not something to be excited about. I thirsted a Moto Blitz, a Select Fire Strife clone, and a Pulse Laser this morning. The Pulse Laser does feel cheap, but I love the shape. Wonder if things can really be done with it. As far as I know, you're talking about the Roblox one, Smit, and that's basically just a Strife. I think Buff Daddy already has a thing for it, Cage. How am I doing? I'm doing okay. We're doing better than last week. I got a couple of videos out. They all did awful. Channel is dead. I will be flipping burgers within the next month. I got some videos planned. Hopefully we can get some fun things going. It's only 90 in Spokane. It was 90 here yesterday, I think. So yeah, today is awesome. It's humid, but it's awesome. When is the AEB coming out? Ooh, good question. I don't really know. I'm basing this off stuff I heard. I think Tag told me. There is a very good chance the xshot AEB won't be here until like August. It'll be allowed to be on shelves after June 9th or whatever, but it probably won't be on store shelves until August. Tariffs and all that kind of stuff kind of put a wrench into that plan, apparently. N-Strike overview? I don't have an N-Strike overview planned quite yet. That's actually a monstrous video when you think about it, Travis. But I do have the entirety of NERF Ultra. It's a very, very long script. It's a massively long script. I will be filming that momentarily, and then I assume a day for filming, a day for editing. Realistically, I think I typed out that entire script in like 4 or 5 hours. So, what happened to the Nexus Pro X? Is it made that much irrelevant by the Striker 2.0? Zero, they're basically the same blaster. I think the Striker 2.0... This sounds a little bit loud in my ear. Hopefully it's not loud for you guys. I think the Striker 2.0 is the better blaster at higher velocities. I think the Nexus Pro X is the better blaster at lower velocities. It kind of depends on what you want. I think the Striker 2.0 is overall the better package. But the Nexus Pro X is perfectly fine. I think the height over bore was something that turned people off about the Nexus Pro. So that's something. What's a 300 FPS fling you would recommend? I got a bunch to a 12-year-old. Absolutely none. You're going to put your eye out. I guarantee it. You don't need 300 FPS. XL Power Drench kicks when you fire it, so there's that. Yeah, but so does like every good CPS blaster. What is it? Triple mech? The compact triple-barreled Super Soaker? You get like 3 shots off and it has recoil. And it's from like 2001. Multi-shot madness overview. Oh man, that's so many blasters, Smith Zero. I don't know if we can handle that. Hey, Jimbo. How do I gain chat XP? I don't know. I didn't even turn it on. It was just already there. It's a cute little idea. I kind of like it. puts a little leaderboard up for you guys to compete with. Makes you actually try to be in the stream and get XP and do stuff. It's kind of a neat idea, YouTube. I wonder what streaming site they ripped that off of. I'm going to end up making an NPX metal catch myself at this point. Well, funny you mentioned that, because I have a CNC machine now. I was just looking at the, I was thinking about making one for the Greg. And then I was like, well, if I'm going to do one for the Greg, it'd have to be out at, like, Delrin. So. I just picked up a Centurion Mega at Goodwill. Does it have the mag, Nathan? Because if it did, that's a great deal. If it didn't, no, I don't think you get chat XP for super chats, because nobody super chatted, so. Maybe you get boosted, maybe it's pay to win, I don't know. It sounds like a YouTube thing to do. If you owe, for I'd buy like 10. I mean, I probably could. I mean, I don't know. See, I can apparently make stuff out of mild steel, but I don't know if I trust that. I could make it out of aluminum, but aluminum's a pretty soft metal, and it would wear away pretty quick. I'm not quite sure. I made this. Made a bunch of these, actually. Cover up my face so the camera can... Or just doesn't do it. Huh. What's going on, camera? You got focused on something? Okay. It's just not even trying. Yeah, I made that. I made a bunch of them. I tried a bunch of different things trying to learn how to actually do it. My biggest conflict right now is the program. I'm going to have to learn Fusion 360 and its toolpathing. Did you ban the name of other social medias in your chat? What's all that about? I think I've banned the name of other social medias in my chat. Why would I do that? What are your thoughts on a Pro Mega line? I mean, is there really a purpose for it? It's fun when we have, like, the one-off or two-off blasters that do it with, like, cut-down Mega Darts and stuff like that. But I don't really think, like, as a product line, it has a whole lot to offer. Hawkeye should 100% make silicone mag bumpers. I'm actually surprised that's a thing he hasn't tried. Hey, Tag! Yeah, Tag was the one telling me that apparently the, we might not see the AEB until, like, August. We already have the Greg. Yeah, in fact, my Greg is almost finished. I'm printing out a couple of pieces right now. I'm resisting the urge to print out some other stuff. But we'll see what happens with that. I have some ideas. The other hour ago, I was like, man, it'd be super cool if I could, like, mobile live stream, like, have, like, a wireless camera. So I looked it up, and there's really apparently not a way to do that with, like, an Osmo Pocket, unfortunately. Then I realized I had this, and this works fine. I'm gonna test it maybe next Saturday. I hooked it up, everything works fine. Streamlabs automatically saves all your settings and uploads them to a cloud, so when you log into your account, all your stuff's there. And the only thing I'm worried about is really battery life. But it should be able to handle it. It worked pretty good. I'd like to make, like, some kind of holder or something for the Pocket to stick onto this thing. But yeah, this is more than powerful enough. And the other thing I had that I was testing with, and I was going to test this stream until I ran into an issue, but I did, when I got the Amazon affiliate money in, I did buy the DJI Mic Mini, and I used it in a recent video, and it sounds really freaking good. It sounds way better than these things did. This is awesome. I'm super stoked about this. So I can use this with the computer, but when I plugged into the OBS, it was in mono. So I'll have to fix that. I don't know why it was in mono. It sounded awful. I could only hear myself out to the left ear. I guess I could down sample it or whatever, or clone it or whatever it is to make it sound stereo when it's just mono. But yeah, I'll have to play around with that. But you pair this, and you got like a whole little mobile stream setup. I just wish I could have this like clamped on to my Legion Go, and then I can stream anywhere in the studio, which would be super cool. Which is going to be great because I'm moving like my whole like I'm building a workshop area. Now that I have like so many printers and CNC and stuff like that, I'm trying to build like one area with all my tools. So in the space where my computer desk and everything was last time, all that's been cleared out. I've moved the couch, and I'm in the middle of, I'm gonna put up some pegboard and stuff over there and just make a big tool area for all this stuff. So I have things I've been doing. I have not been idle. We should have another video out Monday. We were going to have one out today, but the company that was approving the ad didn't get back to me yesterday or today. So I assume they'll be back to me Monday. And I do have some plans for some ideas. Obviously, we're in kind of a lull period because there's not a whole lot coming out. Although we do have NERF, apparently, sometime next month coming out with a bunch of stuff. Keep hearing about this Power Drench XL. I swear that was on Amazon for cheap. Let me look that up really quick. I think it was like 40% off. Maybe that was just that one sale. Crap. Because it's back up to full price. I ain't paying money for that. Stream a tour of the collection. That is possible, yeah. I'll be more comfortable doing it if I could figure out a way to attach the Osmo to the Legion Go, because holding both and dropping one would be a very expensive mistake. So... did you see my Common Writer shelves I posted in the server? If you're talking about the ones you did like weeks ago, yeah, I saw them. They're cool. Oh my god, the community leaderboard is literally pay to win, buy super chats to advance. Is that what it says? I don't think it does. Everybody's at pretty much the same in the top. I don't know how it works. Let me click the... what is the leaderboard? The leaderboard is placed for status. The community gets, the top 3 get special badges in live chat. It resets every stream, so you can always try again. How do you get on the leaderboard? You'll need to collect experience points, or XP. Here's how to get them. Send live chat messages, send super chats, and super stickers. I wonder how pay to win that could be. I wonder how bad that goes. What's the threshold? This is very interesting. That's cool, though. It's a nice little way to get, like, more people to engage. I printed a rush lower, but the magwell was way too big. Do you know why? I didn't actually print out a rush myself, Jack Cook, so I'm not entirely certain. Is it possible that you stretched it out somehow? You might have made it above 100% size-wise? Like, what magwell did you print? You said rush, but I always forget which one that actually is. Is that the Nightingale mag? I didn't everything fit, so it's just like the magwell is too big. Is it possible you're using the wrong mag type? Like, it might be possible you're using the wrong mag type. Unless it's, like, comically too big. Do you know if the xshot AEB takes Talon mags? Yes, it does. I did a whole video on this. I know, it's a lot to ask. Watch my videos, but I did a whole video on it. Why is it in sub only, bro? It's not in sub. Oh, you mean the chat? Oh, it's to get people to subscribe, of course. Why wouldn't I have it in, like, you can't subscribe to my channel? Like, that's the entire point of live streaming, is to go to the channel and talk to my community. If you're not part of my community, why would I, like, that doesn't make any sense. It's a whole 5 minutes you have to wait. I didn't do anything else. It should be, like, you have to subscribe and be subscribed for 5 minutes, I think, is the only requirements. That's the lowest time I think they let you set it as. So... a pro Springer blaster that shoots demolisher rockets, I think most of them actually will. If you use like one of the, oh my gosh. Oh my god, Brand. I have these bright lights in my face. If you use one of the worker scar muzzles, you can shoot like demolisher rockets off the end. It was about 1 inch too big. I would join the Discord, Jack, and post in like the 3D printing tab and ask questions, because I have no idea. You'd have to send like pictures. xshot talons in every new blaster will be peak. I hope the new xshot mags are the standard, because those are pretty okay. It was instant for me? Well, that's good to know. I mean, we seem to be in a drought of actual releases. It kind of sucks right now. It really, like, we just don't have enough stuff. I wish we did. I do have some new things here, and this actually brings up what's the word I'm looking for? It brings up a question. Because I swear to you now, Chad, I've never heard of anybody talking about this. And the more I think about it, the more I like it. So, Dart Zone sent me in their blue Nightingale, or Venom, Freudian slip, and Outlaw. So, I just got these in. They're both blasters I've done videos on, but these are their original ones that they sell on their website, which is kind of cool. And a thought popped into my head. Everybody wants to dual wield Nightingale, or everyone wants to dual wield Venoms. Everyone wants to dual wield Outlaws. Has anyone ever really dual wielded both together? So, like, I would say probably Outlaw in right hand, Venom in left. And I feel like this would be a really awesome, cool setup that has a lot of practical applications. They both hit about 130, 140 FPS. Yeah, they both hit about the same velocity. And I've never seen anybody talk about it. I'm sure there's going to be people like, I did that 4 years ago, Walcom, before you even had a channel. I was doing the best. I get that. But I've never seen a single person talk about it. And I want to know if that's actually a common thing. Because I actually feel like it would be a very good setup. Practical reasons is it conserves ammo while keeping you to be a very, very effective, like, CQB. Because, like, you don't need to, like, every single time you pull the trigger, shoot 5 darts and tag somebody out. So, exactly, Fomanda. So it's like you would outlaw in your right hand, and you'd use that to plink at targets, and even holding the other Venom, it'd be really easy to swap cylinders and reload and stuff like that. But then, if you need to, like there's a group or there's a single target and you're caught off guard, you could mag dump with the Venom and easily reload that. I feel like it's the best setup. It's a better, more effective setup than dual wielding Venoms. I keep calling them Nightingales today for some reason. Probably because it's blue. It's better setup than dual wielding Venoms, and it's a better setup than dual wielding Outlaws. And yet I've never heard anybody talk about it. Like, I feel like this should be more of a normal thing. Why not, like, I start streaming and I get a bunch of people sending me messages? Are we gonna get a video about modding the xshot AEB? Maybe. I mean, there's not really much of a point of me doing the video until the blaster's in more hands. That sounds extremely dangerous, the Angry Nugget. Is the Worker Seagull the best available CQB blaster? I don't think so. It's not even that much more compact than a Harrier. You save like, what, 3 inches, if that? So with Nerf receding, do you think that xshot will take on a lot of the licenses that Hasbro has, like Star Wars? No, of course not. Hasbro is gonna, their entire point is to just hold and sit on all of those licenses and IPs as they can. It's possible that the owners of the license could go to xshot, but it's extremely unlikely. So, I mean, why would they? As long as Hasbro makes some crappy thing and puts it back on store shelf, like with the Stormtrooper blaster that they re-released recently. I haven't seen it in store shelves personally, but I know it was floating around that they re-released the older Stormtrooper blaster in the Nerf line. It's like, why would they do that? Well, they probably were like, oh crap, we have to actually do something with this IP or they're not going to let us have it anymore, I'm assuming. Oh crap, I got a meat stick. Spicy meat stick. Yes, the Stormtrooper blaster got re-released. Oh, that's spicy. I'm sure, yeah, that there's a Transformers surprise ball from Zuru. I'm sure every company wants in on that. Weren't you wanting to convert one of your arcade one-offs in NFL Blitz? I saw that link. I'm well aware of those conversion kits, General Strife. What you're talking about is not what I'm talking about. What you're talking about is just putting in a whole new computer, which you can do. That wasn't quite what I wanted to do. Howdy from Australia. Have you heard anything about how we finally have the xshot long shot? I have. I've heard that you guys got the Android girl skin, and they shoot really bad, but all you need to do is swap out a spring, and they're very good. So that's cool. You guys get to see what, and it's actually cheaper than I think it is here in the US. I think it's like, what, $22 Australian for you guys or something like that? Which is like 11 US bucks or something. Please bring back the old intro. The, like, shooty thing that said Walcom. Intros don't work in YouTube anymore. That's why I stopped using it. What's the point of the intro? Why do I need to bring that back? Stormtrooper Rampage? Yes, that thing is awesome. How long did it take for you to build the wall of boxes behind you? Too long. Way too long. 3 days. There was a lot of, like, taking things off, putting and trying to fit everything together. It sucked. 29 Australian, which converts to 18 USD. Supposedly the plastic is tougher. They made the mag release parts smoothing. Interesting. It could be like a 2-hour-long YouTube video. If you have, like, an intro with your logo, people still will not watch it. But actually, now's a good time to make a mod video about the xshot AEB, so it's ready available when people are finally getting them in hand, I think. I agree with that, Arc10. The problem is, like, if you don't have it in hand, you might not care. And really, the only thing I mod is, like, I can tell you what barrel and what dart and doing the battery change. I haven't found a good spring upgrade for it yet. Sorry. I have no idea, Furnace. The Gel Zone Kratos Pro is unobtainium. I never bought one. It's gone. When the Stratus Pro popped back up, I bought it immediately because I knew it was going to disappear. I think I paid like 50, 60 bucks for it still. Are there any news on the cart you were planning on building? I was just thinking about that today, Spicy Joe. I still want to do that. So I guess I could talk more in depth. I was watching the C90s Adventure channel where he took like one of those mini Jeeps and he turned it into a like an off-road crawler thing. And the fact of the matter is, I have like a whole small engine repair shop downstairs. So it's not mine, but I have like a whole garage bay and stuff that I could be working on something like that on. And I really want to build like the ultimate Nerf vehicle, but it wouldn't make sense if it was like a full-on go-kart. Or it wouldn't be like a golf cart or like an actual vehicle. That wouldn't make sense. But those tiny mini Jeeps are perfect. And I'm sitting here because I have good friends that are all like really well in tune with like small engine and stuff like that, repair. And I was like, I could very easily do something cool with this. It would require some outside help, but I think this would be like the coolest project ever. And so I was sitting here like, well, those mini Jeeps are about $3 grand. Not counting all the stuff you would need to buy in order to make this to happen. I can't afford that. The only thing I'd really look for in like the payment and the work would be probably the YouTube revenue and whatever like big company would sponsor it when the video was coming out. But to fund the mini Jeep project, I was planning on selling sponsorship spots to you guys on the vehicle. So, take the total amount of square inch space on the vehicle itself and sell each one of those as a sponsorship spot people could buy. That would hopefully bring in enough money to cover modification and so basically I'd build this whole mini Jeep thing. I would outfit it with as many Nerf blasters and stuff that it would be practical, hopefully as hard points, so you could very easily switch them off. If you are aware, I did something like this already with the Chimera Strike. So the Chimera Strike was a blaster that all 3 blasters linked together, and you could control all 3 of them with a Mastodon. But then you could also just physically de-link the blaster, and it would still work on its own. One of the coolest things I've ever done. I had a lot of help from Hawkeye and stuff on that one, and nobody ever really did anything with it. So that was the plan. I kind of want to still do it. I was just thinking about it today. I don't think it would take longer than a couple of months. It would be, see, that's the other thing Spicy Joe just brought up. I now have a CNC machine, and I know a decent bit of how to use it. I'm still not like a designer, mind you, but I have friends that are. I also have friends who are machinists. So, like, I'm thinking about all this stuff I could do and how many people I have that I can bring into this. It's like, it's definitely a possibility, and it's something that I want to do. I'm not, like, burnt out as a content creator. I wouldn't put it that way. Mostly, it's like when I have stuff go wrong in my personal life, and the YouTube thing, even though it's like, it's my job, it kind of takes a back seat, because it's like, oh, I have stuff going on I have to take care of. I can't really get in front of a camera today, but I'm going to rearrange my whole studio and try to get stuff fixed up for when things get better. Like, you know, setting up the CNC machine, learning how to use it, rearranging my entire shop, redoing my entire shooting range, all that kind of stuff. And it's like, I just don't really want to get in front of a camera. Because getting in front of a camera, this takes energy. This is not like a different me. It's still me, but being excited, being entertaining and stuff like that, it does take energy. It takes mental thought and stuff. And I'm very, very bad at it. I'm bad at being anything other than an excitable man-child, and I'm absolutely god-awful at marketing myself. But I really wanted to tackle something different and new that was still relatable to Nerf. And my biggest want as a content creator is I want to go on adventures. And this was like, I want to go on this venture of like building this, you know, Nerf cart thing where it's like, at the very worst, it would just have a cart with Nerf blasters attached to it that you could fire from the actual, you know, set the driving place of the cart, the mini Jeep. Granted, it would struggle to carry my big ass. But on the other hand, like if I could do the things I want to do, where it's like I want to mount the Moab on it, and I want to have head tracking with the Moab and stuff, these are all things that are not impossible to do.
Let's rock.
I kind of wanted to get on that and make it like more of like a community-led project, because I know there are people out there that's like, oh, you should do this, oh, you should do this, I can help you with this and stuff like that, and bring all that together into something constructive that, like, Nerf modding has kind of lost its allure until you get to this point. And now Nerf modding is the coolest thing ever. Because it's completely impractical. You could technically use it in a Nerf war. It would be extremely unsafe. There are special occasions when you could use something like this. But it's small, it's compact, you can, I mean, I could put a trailer on the Volt and the Volt can haul it, like just a mini trailer with a mini Jeep on it that you could just hard point attach Nerf blasters and stuff to. I think it'd be a really cool idea that unfortunately would cost, you know, probably about $5-6 grand by the time you're done with it, not counting time. But I think I could do it. And now it's like I'm starting to get more into the tech tree. I've got CNC. I've got multiple really good 3D printers. I'm learning how to run CNC. I'm learning Fusion 360 design from Hawkeye. It's like I'm starting to get to the point where I kind of want to jump back into this idea again. Before it was like a harebrained scheme, but as I'm moving up this tech tree, I'm realizing this stuff is becoming more and more feasible. So, meat. Sorry, chat. I needed a little treat, a little snack-em. Thank you very much for the $5 super chat. King Kavosha says, May the blessings of the crackhead engineers bless you. Thank you very much. I would need all of their prayers. Can you make a Nerf blaster that has adjustable FPS? I mean, I have. I guess we just need more, like the Chimeras like breathed in my eyeballs. So the worst part is that these projects take a lot of time and effort, and most of the time they don't get the views. That's what sucks. That's kind of why they took a back seat. The way I like to do my projects and my mods and stuff like that, they take a lot of effort, a lot of hours of sanding, a lot of fitting parts and everything like that. And trying to do that regularly enough while doing normal videos, it's harsh. And then it's like, I'm not really going to games anymore. I can't, because there are crazy people out there that have been threatening me and stuff like that. I just don't feel safe going to these kinds of engagements. I don't really have the drive Like, before I was going to every single game we had, so I was always making new stuff. And now I can't do that. And it does, like, it's like, I'm not doing it personally, and I'm not doing it for the channel, so there's really no point to doing big mods like that. Nerf is doing so badly that when I search for Nerf at Kmart, I can't find an official Nerf blaster in the entire first page. That is crazy, Shima. Does Bamboo Labs have a trade-up program where I could trade an unopened, unused Ender 3 for one of... No, you'd have to sell it. Why would they want your unused Ender 3, buddy? Arctic, you're gonna have to just sell it on, like, Facebook Marketplace or something. I don't think Bamboo Labs wants a competitor's product. Like, they wouldn't really be able to do anything with it. Like, if I was doing something big that I think has more broad appeal than just like you guys, as in like building a functional Twisted Metal / Vigilante 8 Nerf vehicle that still fits the idea and love of Nerf because it's a tiny little gas-powered, you know, Jeep, I feel like that would be a more worthwhile thing to document. I can split that into 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7 videos. I think that would work well. And to be fair, it's like, man, we're moving into summer. It's like, now I have more time than ever. So it's like, it's something I actually really want to do, but... yeah, there's crowns. You can apparently pay to win them, Classic. I'm just saying, I have no control over it. It's all YouTube thing. I didn't even turn it on. It was already on. So, yeah. I think there's a way you could do it, but any cool blasters coming soon? What do I have in the pipeline? I have the Greg, the Mammoth Greg. That is almost finished printing. I'm literally printing out the magazines right now, and I think that's the last part. I still need a barrel for it. The barrel I have here is damaged. I think you can kind of see that. It's dented. I would have to cut off about this much of the barrel, which is a shame. So I need a, preferably I want a longer barrel anyway. So I'm waiting on another barrel, and then I get to film that. That's going to be fun. I still have the, finishing out the mod on the, basically building the maxed out,
Let's rock.
quick edge. I still have all the parts for that. I haven't actually started on it. I think I filmed the intro several times, but... yeah, well, I mean, you can click on the leaderboard and see where you're at, Classic. It jumped you up to position 14th. It seems like it just, everybody capped out at 75. Does it go higher than 75 XP? Fomando is #1 right now, and I haven't really even seen him in the chat that much. I don't know what's going on with that. I have no idea how the thing works. If you click on it, though, it will tell you what it requires. So, you can print talent mats? You can, Nick. How did you dent it? It came like that. It was damaged in shipping. I didn't dent it. Have a good night, Homely. I hope you have a safe flight. If Homely's flying, he's going to be doing something impressive. You can like Supernax, I guess. I think that's been around for a while. You can also reply to him. Welcome. I saw the new N-Series Select Fire Blaster already on store shelves in Australia. That wouldn't surprise me, Mr. Grumble Pants. I don't have it.
Let's rock.
How many times? I've got plenty of them. I have no idea. King Kavosha? I don't know, the leaderboard's so long now. I'm just looking for the K and I'm not seeing it. I don't really know how this works. It seems like everybody caps out at 75 XP. How does this work? Hey, it's YouTube. It wouldn't surprise me if it didn't work at all. here in Seattle, we get every Nerf gun late. I wouldn't say every Nerf gun late. I've gotten some things pretty early. The Target up here in Silverdale is pretty magical.
Let's rock.
Color is like literally 20-way tie for 75 XP. Yeah, I don't know how that works. I really don't. It probably doesn't work. So he brought home the Fast and Furious arcade seat and it's caked with green mold. Ew. Green mold on an arcade seat? Ew. Do you think the Goblin by Shoeless Historian is a good first release? I have no idea. I have no experience with it. Do you think the Selectfire's N series will stand against the xshot AB? I don't think it's even going to be comparative, Butterduckle. Butterducky, I'm sorry. It's hard to see the eye from this far away. Butterduckle's not a bad name, though. Souping up a torrent this weekend. Did you do the RS2 mod, David? Coming to you live from Survival Fest 2025. I'm still kicking. Looking forward to Mission 4. I'm absolutely gassed. I just sprinted 500 yards to finish Mission 3. Did you sell all your stuff? It says it restarts every stream. So I wonder how it works. Like, the positions have changed over time. What the heck? Ears bothering me. Yeah, it's like everybody's at 7. It's Google. It's not gonna work. Yeah, 3 of the 4 arcade cabs plus 1 seat and a pinball machine were affected by a flood a couple of months ago, and I'm just now getting around to restoring them. Are they like the actual sit-down arcade machines, or are they like the arcade one-ups? I saw the Fast and the Furious arcade machine at like a Round Table Pizza recently. I've never actually played it myself. I sold a good bit. I've had people come up to me after every mission telling me how the blaster they bought saved their bacon. That's why you carry other ammos. So Mark IV still worth it? Tinkershot's kit is gone. Ooh. I mean, probably. Any, like, Swift stuff should work just fine inside the Mark IV. Walcom, what state do you live in? I live in Washington. Is there a pump file for the Striker 2. Pump file? It's a Picatinny rail. Just buy any Picatinny foregrip and put it on there. Or download a Picatinny foregrip. Like, that's what it is. Yeah, I live outside of Seattle, on the other side of the Sound. The OG cabs, man. I would love to get, like, either Daytona USA or, like, Rush, San Francisco Rush, or Rush the Rock. I mean, I have the Ridge Racer arcade one-up. Problem is, like, an actual arcade machine is that they weigh, like, several hundred pounds, and there's no way to get one of those things up. These things are made out of, like, plywood. Yes, I've been to the Space Needle. I've lived in Washington my entire life. Original Cruising USA, awesome. NFL Blitz, awesome. Off-Road Challenge, awesome. A Pinball and Fast and Furious seat. Lucky our Daytona USA 2 uses the actual Fast and Furious cabs. We're still at home. I don't think I've played Daytona USA 2. I've played Daytona USA. I don't think I've played Daytona USA 2. Those are all amazing games. I bet you could find the thing to change Cruising USA into Cruising Exotica. I'm having an actual blast running these missions. I've barely skirted through every mission 2 to 3 feet from being turned. How many people are there? Radioactive? What do you think is better, Gen 2 Omnia Pro or Venom Pro? I'm probably gonna say Venom Pro. It's weaker, but it's about the same amount of blaster. Just got Abquintic. Ooh, what is that? Oh, that looks fancy, Abquintic. You're really enjoying that, what do you call it, AMS, aren't you? One of my first blasters getting back into the hobby was the Striker 2.0 and a new spring and a new barrel. Any other mods you could think of this blaster help me experiment with it? I mean, that's pretty much what you would want to do, Ace. I don't know if you'd want to go past that. Could you chronograph the Ogre? I mean, I could. What's the point? It's not going to be comparable. It's not the same. Like, you'd have to compare it to other Mega XLs, and it fires about stock Mega XL, it feels. Yeah, it's been a week, Jacob. You still have to hold down the view buttons and cruise in SA to drive the school bus. I think that still works in the arcades I have now from like Raw, Thrills, or whatever. It's not as good of a game, but I think you can. 300-ish, I think. I'm sure we'll get an official count sometime soon. I just walked into a kill box while Strike Team flanked and picked up lock to save an NPC they got around and we booked it. That's awesome. That's actually really cool. I think, like, once you get past a certain amount, HVZ stops being fun, but it hits pretty hard. It hits a little bit harder than stock Mega XL, I'd say, Waste. It's probably like 70, maybe 80 FPS. Do you know any good Clipmania cosmetic mods? Clipmania? What? Oh, that thing. That's such a dumb name, xshot. I was like thinking of all of it. I don't think there's really a whole lot like 3D printed kits for it, but there are a ton of rails on it, so you can probably do something with that. But I don't think anybody's really made like a cosmetic like change up for the Clipmania. Will you make a Chimera 2.0? I skipped my parole meeting for this. Well, that is not smart. I don't even know what a Chimera 2.0... I don't even know if I know what the Chimera 1.0 is. It's just a pump action magazine fed Springer. I literally can't find anything on it. I can find stuff on the old one, but I can't find anything on a 2.0. I had the mic up here. Oh, I'm using that mic. That's right. Yeah, I don't even see anything. Oh, my Chimera Strike? That old mod? I still have it. I've talked to Hawk. I actually have the hardware to change everything to fit lock instead of, like, you know, gate latches and stuff to try to make it a little bit more clean. I don't know. It's possible. All right, well, have a good rest, Radioactive. Be ready for tomorrow. Any of Lidl's best? I think I have talked about his stuff. The problem is they're all kind of the same. They're really cool, though. So, I don't know, maybe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it feels like 3D printed blasters don't get views anymore. Nobody wants 3D printed blasters. Like, I think the dichotomy is, like, people don't like seeing 3D printed blasters because they don't have 3D printers and stuff like that. It seems like every time I do a 3D printed blaster now, it gets way under views. I mean, I could just be bad as a content creator, don't get me wrong. We'll see, though. It definitely seems like people are, like, got fatigue of 3D printed blasters. I'm trying to remember the last time I had a 3D printed blaster that did really well. Because, like, the Smiley didn't do very good. Maybe that was a bad video. The clearance bolt action, that didn't do very good. Again, could have been maybe just a bad video. The Mare's Leg from the Dome Blaster, not great. The Grain Rain, I mean, these videos all did okay. Like, fine, don't get me wrong. But they weren't, like, the Moab or anything like that. Historically accurate Nerf drill, that did really well. And it could also be like pump action fatigue. It seems like if I even try to talk about a pump action blaster, people hate it. So there could be that. Or I'm just bad at making videos now. I honestly couldn't tell you. It does feel like 3D printed blasters are less in right now. And I'm not quite sure why that is. Because I have struggled to get people to watch a lot of them. I'm not sure. Maybe my audience just doesn't like them. It seems like there was a time people complained I did too many 3D printed blasters, and there's a lot of time people don't like it because they're more expensive. Because if you don't have a printer and you go to buy, you know, like an SBL2, it's going to cost you $400. If you have a printer, it's like $200. Same thing with like the Smiley. It's like how much is a Smiley hardware kit? It's probably not that much. How much is a Smiley to build one that's already done? It's going to be stupid expensive because you have to pay somebody who already invested in the machines to make it, and then also take days to print out the stuff and then package it up and send it to you. And then if you want one that's completely done, like already put together, then you have to pay somebody to do that. And then it's like, hey, you build me this Nerf blaster from all these parts. I'll pay you $12. Of course they're not going to do that. It's going to cost a lot of money. You have to pay somebody for their time and effort. The newer, like the Nerf blasters that don't fit into the same line, those are a little bit more interesting. And again, I think I'm just really bad at marketing myself. So I wonder. I'm going to still keep doing them because when we have nothing else to talk about, but it's like, will I talk about XGY, you know, pump action magazine fed springer? I wanted to do a video on like every pump action magazine fed springer. Nobody cares. It just nobody cares. It sucks. I think we finally hit the point where it's like just nobody cares about pump action magazine fed springers. And I think everybody knows that. It's like xshot basically like, yeah, we're just going to go straight for the throat. Like really, like what could Nerf, like they tried, Nerf actually did honestly try. They made the torrent different. Like the torrent is different enough. And then, so it's like, you got xshot's like, yeah, we're going to do a bullpup. Okay. Then you already had Dart Zone, which is like the standard pump action magazine fed springers. And you got Nerf, it's like, okay, we're going to make like a carbine. We're going to have mag and grip carbine. And it's kind of like, that's how it's going to go. I think there's still room for more bullpups. I think there's still room for more bolt actions. But I think at this point, like, it's cool. Like, I have how many different ones? SBL2, Javelin M4X. I've got the Tulip by Poppy. I've got the Crush or the Rush or whatever one that was. And that's just on the wall next to me. That doesn't account for the injection molded ones. Like, I got a Mark IV right here. I've got, you know, modded long shots. Trying to think. I guess I got the what is that thing called? The JS3D JSPB ninja thing. Like that's technically like a single shot. You know what I'm saying though? It's like there's just a ton of options, which is good. And it's good to do like videos on them. So it's like, hey, is this blaster any good? I don't know. But it's like, think about how many people are like, are you going to do a video on this? Are you going to do a video on that? Are you going to do it? And they're all pump action magazine fed springers. And when I do the video, it's like 10K views. It's like, okay, well, I wasted 8 hours of my life making that video. It got no views. Nobody wanted to see it. It's like, okay, that sucks. I hate that. So it's hard. It's hard to figure out how to package that up as a content creator. And it sucks because I want to talk about all this. So I don't know what to do. I really don't. That's the way I feel about flywheelers. Yeah, that's also true. Any decent Strife Rapid Red holsters? I'm sure there's a lot of options, Dragon Master. I'm not too interested in 3D printed pump action springer number 792, but stuff like the S Million Mares Lego videos I'll definitely watch. Okay. That's kind of where I figure people are at right now, to be honest. Do you have a Supermax 1000? Do I? Supermax 1000. Yes, I have several. I don't have a Supermax 500. I think that's the one I'm missing. I have a Shelda one. Or is it Supermax 100? The single shot. It's the 500. I don't have a Supermax 500. I have a shell for one, and I think I have a broken, like, pump to one, but I don't have the actual blaster. I do have several Supermax 1000s, though. I think 3D printing will be for special blasters because big brands are upping their game. There's still so many. Like, we still don't have, like, an on-the-shelf, like, bolt action. We don't. Like, we're losing out, like, there's no shotguns. They really could try to experiment and make more fun stuff. And it seems like companies are really afraid to take any risks right now. Even Nerf is too afraid to take any kind of risk whatsoever. Do you have a holy grail blaster you need for the collection? I mean, beyond the obvious, I don't have like a Supermax 1500 missile blaster. Nobody does. Super tech stuff, I don't have any of that. I don't have actually any of the small soldiers blasters. Those are pretty much clones. They are different shells, but they are clones. What else am I missing? I'm missing some rare, mostly the rare and expensive stuff. I don't have a triple mech, a Buzzbee triple mech. I'd like one of those. I don't know how expensive those are, but I don't have one. Most of the stuff I would be missing is also stuff that I just don't know exists, or I don't remember it exists. I have a lot. I have way too much, arguably. And there are stuff I have that most people don't have. Most people don't have a Bungie blaster. Most people don't have a Slingfire DX400. Most people don't have complete brand new in-box crossbow. Most people don't have complete in-box Supermax 5000. And right next to that, I've got the Supermax System 2000 box. So it's like, there are some crazy stuff. A Bazooka, I do have a Bazooka. I don't have a boxed Bazooka. I would like to get a boxed one. Do you review Super Circles too? Usually not. I will do a few this summer, though, Masturbator. Mostly because it's going to be hotter and I can actually demonstrate what they do. I have stuff like this just chilling. And I think that would make a good video, assuming these things actually hold water and work fine. So, we'll see. I have plans. That's not even the biggest. Mustang 6 before finding out one of the third sword literally skipped out in the store. It was so cool. It is one of the coolest things, Dragon Master. Do you have the NERF Fortnite SPL Midas? No. I do not. I don't even know what that is. I'm missing some of the clear blue Fortnite stuff, too. I think I wanted to try to collect every single Fortnite ARL, and
let's rock.
I wanted to. I think the only one I'm missing is the whatever the gooey guy was. I'm missing that one. I think I have the burger. I have the blue. I have the purple. I have the yellow, the original. I think I have every single one, and a Travis Scott one. I don't have that one. Brandon Hanson with a $10 super chat. Hey, bro, an oldish man getting into foam fires with my 6-year-old. Recommendations for a couple of battery auto-fire foam shooters, spending between $0 to $200 per gun. What can you recommend? For a 6-year-old, Brandon, I would probably go with, like, very stock Nerf. Something that may be more fun for a younger Nerfer that won't, you know, impart any pain or anything like that and should be pretty easy to operate would be something like the Swarm Fire or the Power Bell / Speed Swarm. Those are all battery operated front loaders that are pretty easy for kids to get their hands around. I think those might be your best bet because they're also original end stock blasters. So I think that might be the way to go. Man, it really does not want to focus on me, does it? That's my opinion. For such a young kid, though, yeah, that's kind of the way I would go, I think. Strifes are hard. When you give magazines, even like, I've seen like 9-10-year-olds struggle with magazines. It's a repaint that I think was only given out to the internet people as a promotion for Chapter 2, Season 2. I think I've only managed to find one image of it. I've never even heard of it. But the Stormfire, Power Bell, and Speed Swarm is old and hard to find. They're not really that hard to find. I mean, crap, I have duplicates of all 3 of those blasters in, like, triplicate, quadricate. Like, I have so many of those. I don't think they're that hard to find. Hey, Joseph. Saw Speed Swarm on Space. I mean, I passed them at thrift stores recently because I have so many, and they're big blasters. Honestly, Speed Swarm might be a bit much. I think a Swarm Fire might be a bit much. I think a Speed Swarm would be a great blaster for a kid. My niece, I got her a Power Bell because I figured that would be and it was. She really liked it. They're easy to front load and hold down the trigger on. That's all you pretty much need to do. I think that's the way to go. I don't think Nerf Jr. has any kind of flywheel or automatics. Or not flywheelers, but yeah. The ones where you have to like very carefully load them into cylinders or, you know, magazines, that's where kids kind of check out. The spiker? I don't know what you're asking, David. Have you seen anything like the Wild Style recently? I did a video on the Wild Style. Dang, Goodwills that are like an hour multiplier always have the best stuff. I mean, you were in Silverdale. Silverdale Goodwill's probably the one where it's like I either find the best stuff ever or nothing at all. I think the best ones for me have been Bremerton and Gig Harbor. Although I went to Gig Harbor recently and it was a frickin' joke. Gig Harbor was always the best when it came to prices. And the last time I went there, they wanted $38 for a Ragefire, an xshot Ragefire, that had no belt, no nothing. They wanted $38. Halo Spiker, powerful reshield. I don't even think I got that. Oh, like the Boomco one, or was there a Nerf? I don't think there was a Nerf one. Do you think a good way to balance pro matches with the FPS and mag cap restrictions, kind of like Airsoft? Yeah, most of the time, like, pro matches, they obviously have velocity caps. Mag caps usually aren't a requirement for Nerf, because you can't hold that much ammo to begin with, so yeah. He's talking about the Nerf Limited Halo Needler. Okay. Why is the turret so perfect for so much? Front load it with 3 short darts and still accurate AF. It's okay. I mean, there's still, like, for the same money, you could buy better stuff. It's okay to like it, but I wouldn't be like, oh my god, it's the best blaster ever or anything. If it was the best blaster ever, Nerf wouldn't be currently trying to clearance it out and keep it off store shelves. You gotta go pretty often, Furtis. You should do an overhauled Ragefire with a 200 round disintegrating chain and LiPo conversion. I could. I've thought about it. I have enough Ragefires and chains. I kind of want to. It's just the blaster's kind of old hat now, isn't it? Like, who actually cares? Sorry, reading the chat. I would care about a Ragefire mod. I mean, I should have honestly modded it, like, you know, the week it came out. What a misstep. I mean, I've talked to Evan about doing it. I think all I needed was like a buck converter or something like that, which I think I have one. Look up Mobstacles, Traco. I think that's still a thing. Nerf Mobstacles. Yeah. Like, they're basically made out of PVC and tarps. What are you working on nowadays? Right now I'm finishing up a Mammoth Greg. I actually agree, Jacob. I think it's one of the best blasters. It is old. It's like 2 years old now. MegaWorks stuff? Yes, of course I have. I've done reviews on Domashevsky stuff. He's a moderator in my Discord. Is the Nerf Avengers assembly gear just an old xshot Insanity line? I mean, it's way less cool than the xshot Insanity stuff. The Avengers assembler gear was never fun or interesting, in my opinion. Those are always toys I felt like if you got it as a kid, you'd like play with it for like 15 minutes and be like, man, I wish this actually did something, and then you'd never touch it again. I feel like Nerf missed out with like Modulus and stuff like that. I think sticking so hard to Nerf tactical rails for so long when they've been bad for years. Like, that's a weird decision from Hasbro. I mean, the Nerf stock stuff was okay, because it's kind of hard to screw that up. And then they, like, sued everybody who used the Nerf stock stuff until they couldn't do that anymore. They didn't hold a patent on it. Now everybody's using them, and now Nerf's trying to get away from them, it seems. But the Nerf N-Strike tactical rails, as cool as those are, they've always been bad. And now that other companies are moving towards just using Picatinny rail, like Airsoft, like, I don't know why Nerf isn't like, yeah, we should just do Airsoft rails. There is a reason. I'm sure there's some dumb reason in their head. They're like, think of the 14-year-old children. Don't let them use their Airsoft sights on their Nerf blasters. That just seems really weird to me how Hasbro's, they're so stuck in their ways. Mammoth Grade looks intense. I really underestimated how much filament it requires, and I want to reprint stuff, and I'm talking myself out of it. $14 Nerf Center is the best entry mod kit for any underpowered flywheeler. Prove me wrong. You mean just take the flywheel cage out and put it in something? Well, that would have been cool. That's the other thing, dude. What's with Nerf? What is the point of, like, when they made the Nerf Strife X, right? What was the point of making one of the flywheel cage mounts 0.5 millimeter off? Like, what was the point of that? Why do they, like, they could have just used the same flywheel cage and everything. That's what, like, xshot and Buzzbee did. They used the same flywheel cage and everything. No, Nerf has to make weird, different geometry for every single blaster for no reason. Like, give me the reason. Give me the reason why every single Nerf flywheeler has to have a different cage mounting geometry. Like, there's no good reason for that. It costs them more money. It screws over everything. They just don't want people like, oh, I'm going to go buy this Nerf Titan CS50 and slap an aftermarket cage in it and make it the blaster I want it to be. It's infuriating. Seven rolls of filament on one blaster? Yeah, no kidding. Well, you joined at a great time, me edits. Hey, Black Widow. The sender is a couple of spring swaps and rebeller from being good. So turning a flywheeler into a springer. I'm just giving you crap, Quintic. I'm sure you realized. I'm really interested. I'm scared. I think Hasbro's gonna go like, yeah, for Christmas, Nerf is just gonna have it's a new Strife. Buy it, buy. Oh, here's our Nerf lineup for 2025. It's 4 blasters and 3 of them are the same thing. Buy it, you stupid idiots. It's like, it really hurts to see a company that would put out 24 blasters that, like, now they just don't. They put out like 5 a year. Do you know if you're going to Jared's? He hasn't said anything to me. There's a 0% chance he'll invite me. And even if he does invite me, there are people that will probably go that I can't be around because they are bad people. So unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to go even if I wanted to. It's kind of crazy how that works out, but yep. If you're curious on what I'm referring to, also, I can't. Everybody wants me to go respond to comments and check Discord and stuff like that. So... what are you talking about? Show 3D printing. Okay. There's nothing in there. Cool. The Dart Zone P-Car fits perf. I just open up that Jack's Mean SB dumpster dive video. It's a Strife cage. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm well aware of what that is. I don't know why they, like, they ever strayed away from the strife cage geometry. It's so weird to me. I feel like a lot of Nerfs, like the malaise, the burnt out fatigue with Nerf could have been avoided had they just stuck with the strife cage. Remember, never attribute bad decisions to designers, most likely legal or PR. Well, I mean, what's the point? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, there is no smart... It costs them money to redesign this thing every single time. Why would they do that? What's the purpose? The only thing anybody could say is like, well, they don't want you to put in aftermarket cages. Okay, well, now you're just killing your company for no reason. Like, what? Like, you can't even try to explain. It's like, oh, well, clearly they know better than you, Walcom. They're the biggest toy company. No, Nerf has lost so much everything over the years. Like, what's the point of changing the geometry? Like, it just cost them more money than they needed it to. There was no design or structural advantages from changing the geometry every other flywheel design, and it just completely ruined anything. Oh, to the rail discussions, the cage. I mean, that could be true too. You're not wrong. The rails, like, why would they stick to the bad rails? Why do they still stick to bad rails? But the thing about that is, like, if it's any kind of PR or anything, it's like, they could just say tactical rail. They don't need to say it's a Picatinny rail or anything like that. It would give them cross-compatibility with a bunch of new accessories. A lot of people would be like, oh my gosh, I could buy this Nerf blaster and the look of the little Nerf scope fits on my AR. Or I could buy this Nerf blaster, I could fit my $4,000 night vision scope on it. That's just free advertising for Hasbro. I mean, there's other things, like if somebody wanted to do something stupid with a firearm that had a Nerf thing on it, you could still clamp a Nerf N-Strike scope to a rail and it would still technically fit there. You could super glue it even. It's like, there's really no advantage here. There's no PR or anything advantage that makes me understand why Nerf would stick to their guns for so long. Because I don't think the Nerf tactical rail system has ever been good. It was fun, but here in, Space Year 2025, it's like we've been using Picatinny rails on competitors for a long time, and those actually work. They actually lock things into place. Most of all, with just one screw most of the time. Or spring-loaded button. It's weird. Maxim Pro or a Mark II? Mark II is a completely different blaster. So, I guess Maxim Pro? Well, it's like, I just don't get it. Hasbro obviously knows better. It's like you could say, oh, it's PR legal, but all the other companies are doing it, so what's the point? You know what I mean? Like, Dart Zone, xshot, frick, Buzzbee probably at this point. They're all using Picatinny rails. Why not? Just use them, Nerf. Like, we got all the Nerf Pro stuff, and it uses the rail thing that, like, nothing else really uses. You can kind of force a Nerf one on it, but it doesn't really work, and it's meant for like their rival stuff, which they had 3 hole attachments for, 4 if you count the magazines or the bottle holders for Nerf Hyper, which also didn't really work. It's like they have all these weird things where it's like they could have just done the normal thing from the get-go and it would have been fine. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I fully do not understand what angle. And it just doesn't check out. It's like, instead of, that's the thing that's so frustrating with Hasbro. It's like, they don't even try and they don't care. Their competition is supposed to bring innovation. Everybody's supposed to win. Like, the customer is supposed to win. Hasbro, the second they are met with any kind of opposition, they just fold. Immediately, they just fold. Hasbro would rather push and try to change laws then make better product. They're like, oh no, 85 FPS from a short dart, or from a full-length dart, that's too much. We're gonna force Congress to pass laws that make the absolute maximum energy coefficient only go to our standards. That's a thing Hasbro tried to do. I don't know if it even worked. I know one of the biggest things with NERF N series was like the decibel rating. And it's like, make NERF Junior and make everything else 14 and up. I don't know what else to say. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's like, even kids, like as somebody's like 6-year-old, when Brandon says like 6 years, like, I don't think a 9-year-old should have a, Dart Zone Max Dictator. I don't think they should. I think that, they should still be able to get something that's powerful, accurate, and what they want. Accuracy is my biggest thing. NERF refuses to make an ammo type that's accurate, and I just don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's like they literally try everything but make, like, other companies figure this out. Waffle-tipped darts were infinitely more accurate than anything NERF was making for years, and they refused over and over and over and over again to just do the same darts. It's like, well, it's because NERF likes to control everything. But the problem is, then they did Gelfire, and Gelfire is the same thing. Like, they took somebody else's ammo type and decided to make it their own thing. So they're capable of doing this, but they aren't capable of just like, okay, right, we'll just make better NERF darts, better NERF blasters, and we'll make better 14 and up stuff for the people who want that. They refuse. They just literally refuse. They'd rather kill off the entire brand than make it better. It doesn't make sense to me. My 9-year-old can barely prime Ryan's Turbo Advance. Interesting. How Hasbro wants to sell refills, but made their actual affordable Talon mags that people would actually buy not cross-compatible. Exactly! It's like, what's the purpose? Why? How does that benefit you as a company? You cannot rationalize that to me. You make the mag, it's really good, and then you make it only work with your crap, which you'll make 2 blasters and never any more. Like, we have no, like, maybe there is more NERF Pro coming. Do you think there's more NERF Pro coming? I don't think there's more NERF Pro coming. I was surprised we got the last 2 and both of them bombed. So why would we get more? Why would they try again? Why would they try even harder? Why would they try when they have done 0 marketing, 0 anything for NERF Pro in 2025? We saw, what, 6 new blasters? 7 new blasters? 2 Gelfire that nobody cares about. 3 reshells? I think 3 complete reshells. 1 reshell that's, instead of it being pump action, it's now bolt action. And then the Galactic Commander, which is technically a new blaster. And the thing that ticks me off the most is that the NERF Galactic Commander actually on paper looks good. For $50, you get select fire, like 3 modes. You get all this cool stuff. You can finally get an extra mag. Hopefully they sell the mags separately. I don't think that's even been... Like, I'd love to just talk to Hasbro and figure out what is wrong with you guys. You cannot tell me, Walcom, they're this massive company, they know better than you. I'm not saying I'm saying anything anybody else isn't already saying that's a fan of their products, but the fact of the matter is they're clearly not doing good because the NERF shelf space went from an entire aisle to now 1/3 of an aisle that they have to share with multiple other companies. And like, you could always make the, well, kids just don't play with toys anymore, Walcom. It's only, well, make new stuff that gets kids excited to go play with their toys. They don't want to buy a NERF N series blaster where the dart can't hit a tin can 20 feet away reliably. Right? Like, it doesn't even matter about the range, it's about the accuracy. It's about, why can't I get a projectile made of foam from Hasbro that can go even remotely straight when I could go use Adventure Force waffle darts and they are relatively good for what they are? It's so annoying. And it's like, my entire life revolves around this crap, and it's like, I just get to sit here and watch them kill it. Because it's not like Dart Zone isn't gonna, you know, put out 30 blasters a year. xshot, I mean, they could at any time. They seem to be very, very capable of putting out consistently, you know, I would say it's lower quality. I wouldn't say like the xshot Clip Mania holds up to the durability of a Strife. It doesn't feel like it. It's thinner plastic, it's creakier. But they could, like, xshot could just put out decent stuff at a low price. The problem with that, with xshot, is every single time they do this, right? Every single time xshot puts out a blaster like the Ragefire, I'm like, man, I would pay $10, $15 more to have this thing feel better in the hands. I would pay $50 for an xshot Crusher that isn't like, feels like I'm gonna break it every single time I prime it. I would pay 50, 60 bucks for that. I think the xshot Crusher is a fantastic blaster. I just know for a fact they break effortlessly, and if I have to pay $20 more to have one that's really good, I would do it. I don't need anything more than 85, 90 FPS, maybe some extra chain, metal linkage and everything on the plunger tube and stuff. Make it so it can dry fire, you know, 10,000 times without even a little bit of wear. Yeah. No, the AEB is amazing, but the AEB is also $90 now. That's a bit more than the 60, 70 we thought we were getting. Nerf's downfall is entirely their own fault. At least with the action figures, they can blame Disney for people not caring. That's fair. I know there's a lot of stuff around, like, well, I heard, like, even Transformers they had been doing really bad on. I'm not really, like, into action figures, so I couldn't really say. I'm not into Star Wars much, or G.I. Joe or Transformers. I'm into Beyblade, but the only thing Hasbro does with Beyblade is they handle marketing, distribution, and they're failing on both fronts. Sucks. It's very, very upsetting, because, again, we're supposed to have, you would think competition would bring out the best, and, like, it seems like it would. I mean, now Dart Zone, for the first time, they have competition from xshot, and then here's Nerf, and they're not even trying. Nerf is like, okay, we're just gonna, you guys are playing chess, we're gonna play Chutes and Ladders. It's a real thinking man's game. No, Hasbro, it's literally not. And honestly, they kind of went at that point, like, Chutes and Ladders, oh, that's too hard. Well, we'll do Candyland. People like Candyland, we'll play Candyland. You literally just, it's that game could be played with, like, a single, like, you don't do anything. There's no strategy. It's all, you know, doing the thing to get to the end. That's it. You don't have any real choices or anything like that. What's better, Dart Zone Pro line or xshot? They're different things, me edits. Depends on what you call about different, but the fact of the matter is the Insanity line has a lot of really cool, fun stuff in it. Dart Zone Pro, like 2 blasters a year, maybe. To be fair, I don't think we've seen any Dart Zone Pro for 2025. I don't think we've seen a single Dart Zone Pro for 2025. You could tell Nintendo how 490 isn't 450, definitely isn't 350 to 400. God, I hope the Switch 2 fails. Yeah, there's been a lot of corner cutting with Transformers. I believe it. Transformers 1 had awful marketing. Earthspark was a flop and the toys mostly sucked. Transformers Generations notable cost cutting this year. It sucks because they have to hit those price points, right? The other thing that sucks is that Hasbro's the greediest freaking toy company I've ever seen. They want to have like a $10 action figure. And the stark difference is like, it just costs too much, right? It costs too much to make a $10 action figure now. But other companies seem to be able to do it just fine. That's the weird thing. And then it's like, you can't even say like, well, Hasbro is American made. No, they're not. There's the same crap. That's the other really confusing part, is that you're like, well, at least Hasbro's made in overseas. It is. It's all made over. Why is it other companies can do it and Hasbro can't? Oh, they did. They were happy to have overseas factories in like China and stuff pumping out Nerf for decades at, you know, pocketing the money every single chance they got. They were perfectly okay with that. But now it's like, oh no, I can't buy my 5th yacht this year because Nerf costs 10 cents more to have those, you know, screws put in them, and over a production run of, 2 million units. We can't afford that. I gotta buy my yacht. Let's use plastic clips and less paint and not change the ammo type of the blaster performance at all. Come on, man. We've seen 2025 Dark Zone Pro, new color releases. See, I don't even remember that right now. I just wish they'd re-release, repaint older figures since I'm making a ton of new figures and the budget doesn't allow them to be all that good. I mean, that's fair. Part of the many reasons so many people picked up Gundam kits. Yeah, Gunpla seems to have taken off pretty good. I've seen a lot more of that, which is like cool. I like Gunpla. Like, even like, you talk about like what you can do with like a real grade Gunpla. It's like all those little pieces, all that intricate, mechanical detail that goes into those. And they sell them for like $25 most of the time. Like, I think like they're probably more expensive now because of scalpers. Scalpers is a problem in the Gunpla community now, which is ridiculous. But if I go on like, let me go on Amazon and I look for real grade Exia. It's a $40 kit, but I think that's not being sold on Amazon. Let me turn Gundam, like RX-78. I bet you that one. Real grade RX-78. Again, like $40. But again, a lot of these sellers are not Amazon themselves. It's other people. So I think they actually are having an issue with stock. But again, I've seen like, US Gundam base and stuff like that. They have inflated prices. Hobby Lobby Gunpla is apparently nuts. I haven't had the money to go check it out. I almost want to go to Hobby Lobby like tonight and check it out. Because apparently their stuff is like, they have like 40% off Gunpla kits. People are buying like super expensive kits at really good prices. Yeah, P Bandai sucks. I do hate P Bandai. I still don't have my Phil Hughes custom. I mean, I've been talking about doing that for a while, Jake. I talked about doing that last stream, I think. What's the best find you found at Bremerton Goodwill? Well, I found Kamen Rider stuff there last time I went, which was insane, but I don't really know exactly what came from that. I found just lots of really good stuff from that Goodwill. I don't do Goodwill vlogs because nobody watches them. And I have like the perfect camera and stuff for it now too and stuff. Oh, magnetic. Yeah. Like, I think the nearest Hobby Lobby is like Tacoma for me. Or there's one in Silverdale? Closes at 8. Right. I want to go. And they're closed Sunday, of course. Yeah, no, I found actual Kamen Rider Ryuki stuff at Goodwill last time we were there. I didn't buy it because it was expensive, and it wasn't really good condition. And I'm not a huge fan of Ryuki. It was like the Cobra staff. It was like $25 in really bad condition. But yeah. I didn't know there was a Hobby Lobby in Silverdale. I'd be there in 20 minutes. I'm not gonna. I'll save it for another time. They also have like a Hobbytown USA too, and I went there and they had some kits. And then I tried to like, I wanted to buy a kit and they're like, oh wait, hold on, we have that on hold. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I just walked out and I never went back. My first entry grade kit, I can understand why so many people love it. Like entry, I wouldn't even say skip. I just get a high grade. High grades used to be so cheap. Like most Gunpla used to be super cheap. All you need is like a nail buffing block, hobby nippers. It doesn't matter how expensive they are. And you can build some really good stuff. It's cool. And you can customize them, paint, all that kind of stuff. I would buy a Master Grade Alex for 40% off. Ryuki or Dragonite? Ryuki. Trust me, I know the difference. I feel like Hasbro's becoming Sega and NSI is becoming Microsoft in early 2000 console war. Speaking of which, I haven't heard anything from NSI in a while. Last time I talked to those guys was like Merry Christmas. I do want to do a build of some of these, many, what do you call them? Those, I can't even remember the name of them. The blinks. It's hard remembering all these names, man. Class Real Tiff $1. I believe you have some girl pla at least. I do have those. I have not built them. I do have them though. What do I do if I find a Nerf rifle Nemesis? Well, if you find it for under like 15 bucks and you want it, buy it. Yeah, the Siren, I haven't heard anything about Siren and NSI in a while. I heard they were working on some stuff last time I talked to them, but yeah, it's been a while. I do have a build. I want to build a thing with some of those blinks I have, because I have so many blinks. I don't think it would be all that hard either. Yeah, I kind of want to combine them. It's a strife cage tag. You could technically take them out and put them in stripes to get an upgrade. They're very loud. I think the flywheels are a bit unbalanced in them. But yeah, I technically have multiple injection molded, what do you call those? Band blaster cages. They're just really loud. Have a good night, Classic. I like the geometry of the blink. Oh man, dual wielding a blink is so much fun. I've just kind of been giving blinks to everyone because it's like I have too many. Danny took a couple, gave a couple to Z. Like, it's a really nice blaster. Yeah, they are loud. I'm never going to say they're not loud. They're some of the loudest flywheelers, but they're also like some of the best performing flywheelers, so it's kind of hard to hate on them. I actually wanted to get your guys' opinion on a thing, if you don't mind. If I can get it without breaking my chair. Cool. So, I do want to do a video on this. But ethically, there are some questionable things. So, this is a blaster you could buy off Amazon. It is $27, $28, I think. And it is, most of you will realize that is literally just a Dark Zone Pro Mark II. Like, quite literally. It's some minor molding changes, but it is, yeah, it comes with the holster. It comes with everything. It comes with, here's the thing. This is what makes this better. Like, it's very clearly, oh god, does that even come off? Oh my god, does that even come off? No. That is never coming back off. What the hell? Why is that, like, forever molded? There's no button. Okay, alright. You keep your secrets. But yeah, it's the same thing. You top load it. I don't know why my camera autofocus is being so stupid today. Pretty cool, right? But it's clearly, like, this was a separate piece. I don't know why it won't come off. What the hell? Oh, I got it. Screw you. So yeah, it's the LP77. And it's literally, actually it says LP55 on it. Thank you, sir. It is literally a Dark Zone Pro Mark II at home. But it's easy to prime. It shoots really good. It takes magazines. I don't know where my Mark II is to compare it. But it's like, it's clearly that, right? But here's the problem. So it's like, it's clearly like, it's borderline. I would say borderline intellectual property theft. The design is not identical. There are definitely some changes in the molding. They obviously took the effort to make it detachable magazines, which the original did not have. So, is that acceptable to sell as a product, even though they clearly stole the design? The performance, it hits around 120 FPS, I think. About 100 to 120. I think with a bamboo, it hit about 120. So, I know the second I do this video, there's going to be a selection of people out there. Walcom's promoting intellectual property theft. But this has clear differences done to it. In fact, it's an upgrade. And it's way cheaper. So, what's the strategy here? Like, I'm obviously going to have to bring this up in the video, but can I still talk about it? And why does it look like somebody... I don't know if you can ever see that. There's a white thing. There's white drippings and dryings in my barrel. I think somebody tested this before I got it. I think it's a really good blaster. It's a really good deal. I just don't know how well that would go. This spring is like nothing. It's... You could probably put a bigger spring in this and get more performance out of it. It's got a metal barrel. Like, it's kind of nuts. Detachable mags. So it's like, can I still do the video? Is that okay? Or are people going to have issues because it's... Yeah. Yours has a rusty spring. Mine looks pretty good. Although my barrel looks a little iffy. There we go. And you can still top feed it perfectly. I can bounce it off. Or not. You'd even try. Ooh, it couldn't feed that dirt. Ooh, okay, that's probably something to note. It's pretty good. So... I want to talk about it because it's gonna be funny, but I'm also really worried because it's like it is basically theft. Came with the same, like, oh, here's a mag holder, here's a holster, here's some short darts, blaster fits in there, and the barrel extension. It comes with all of it for $25 or whatever. I feel like it'd make a good video. That will get your stream. It's transparent! Yes, cool and transparent design. I swear to Crom, if you guys are buying this before I do the video, at least use my Amazon link. You guys bought my new mic. That's how good that Amazon link has been treating me. So I want to do a video on that. I just don't want to, I don't want to, like, promote it. Like, I never did the Uzi, because it was, even though that was actually really different, too. That's the thing. Like, we gave companies crap for lifting the, what is that thing called? Woody's, the Uzi. The Woozy. Woody's Uzi. The Woozy. There we go. And yet the one I actually did hold one, the Woozy after the fact. I did hold, and it's way different. It was worse in every way, and it was a different blaster. It had a lot of changes. Similar idea, but yeah, the Woozy doesn't have a rev button. These had rev buttons and stuff like that. So, yeah. Aiden says, hi, welcome. Just wanted to say hi. Took apart a Ragefire, ripped out the spinning barrels, and made a World War I Russian-cooled water machine gun. You should do a review. Well, I've done a review of the Ragefire. That's a cool mod idea, though. How are the darts that come with that pistol? They're solid? Oh, they're foam, but they look to be shorter. I think there's a dart length thing that's going on there. So I feel like that's worth doing a video on. I think that's going to be the next, a dumpster diving. So I've had that for a while. There are I actually would take suggestions on dumpster diving things. Company said they were going to send me their blasters, never did. I don't know why they said they were going to send me stuff, and they haven't. Different darts will focus more on the Freddy aspect, if anything. Like, I'm except for, like, big, expensive, weird things, I'm trying to figure out what to do next. I haven't really seen a whole lot on Amazon that's caught my eye when it comes to, like, the dumpster diving thing. So I'm open to suggestions. It takes 36mm darts, not 38. So wouldn't the new Dart Zone, like, because Dart Zone shortened their darts more recently to work better with the Venom Pro. So those are 36mm, aren't they? There's a lot of those weird shell ejecting blasters. There's also like the Sofiton stuff, but those are so expensive for what they are. You got something headed my way soon? Okay, that's a veiled threat, but I'll take it. I kind of want to buy the Sofiton things that are like the viral, you know, TikTok blasters and see if they're actually any good. But it's like, I'd be $44, $45. This is one of them. See if you guys are interested in this at all. Wait, gotta make sure I save the freaking affiliate link, because you guys are animals and you'll buy a whole bunch of them without actually... Except for, apparently, copy and paste no longer works. Let me try that again. Let me try that again. Come on. Is there a reason? Is there a reason why you won't just open? Holy crap. I had to, like, refresh the page 3 times. Okay. Now let's try putting that in the chat. There we go. That thing. It's like the viral TikTok, you know, Nerf blaster. Since you have a barrel break in the wall in some videos, is it better or worse performance for better design or better... Okay, sorry, that melted my brain, Primaris. Since you have the barrel break on the wall in some videos, is it better to have worse performance for better design or better performance for a generic design? I love it because it just feels great. I mean, I don't think there's a single person that doesn't want the barrel break to be better. If blaster looks sick, I want one. Hopefully those are full-length darts and not 3/4. I mean, I could. I think this company actually reached out to me at one point, too. I just don't think it's going to be worth the money. I love how they have this, like, electronic display picture, and it's clearly photoshopped. That's actually pretty significant, Fomando. $45 though. Oh, they have a lot of interesting stuff. They have a big bullpup too. That also looks pretty sick. Oh, that's a gel blaster. Well, that's lame. It says dart shooting and then it shows gel blaster? Does it fire both? What the hell? That's super confusing. I mean, I might think about doing that. You can buy for a review and then return it. I'd hate to do that, but I almost kind of want to do that. I ordered one and never got to film anything. Cheap shell and jams. But see, that's almost as good. You know what I mean? Like when it doesn't work, I just like $45 is so much for something like that. You reviewed that exact same, or you that exact same blaster tag, or at least you tried? I mean, the barrel break is so much to try to mod. They are insane. I bought... One second, because I know exactly where this is. Just kidding, no I don't. I bought that like Vector with all the attachments and stuff on it and then never did a video. And since I've already opened it and threw away the box a long time ago, it'd be kind of hard to do a video like, you know, unboxing it. I thought it was okay. Does it have good reviews? It does. I just don't like... I don't like it because it's like, I don't think it's going to be better than like the Jackmean Blaster, right? The Jackmean Blaster was super cheap and good. This is going to be like $45. It's probably going to be okay. And yeah, it looks like it shoots those 3/4 darts. It looks like the exact same thing as all these other blasters. Man. Yeah, the Jackmean Blaster and all of its derivatives were really good and cheap. I think the Jackmean Blaster jumped up to like $30. I think people are buying it at that price. And they liked it. Sorry, I'm like trying to look this up. I mean, I can't even find that blaster on anything. They got those like big grenade launchers. Those are hard to do a whole video on though. Let me search my orders and see if I can find the Jackmean Blaster. There it is. Yeah, it's currently unavailable. It's still on Amazon, or it's still on Walmart. And yeah, that was like what? I paid... That blaster was like $13-15 or some crap like that. Yeah, $12.99. Have you touched a Buccaneer? No, they haven't come my way yet. If it's a 3/4 also, you could mod it as a mag for a Talon adapter. Yeah, I can believe that. I mean, that's tempting. I kind of want to do a video on one. It's like, I bought the viral TikTok Nerf gun. It's like, I really haven't seen a whole lot on Amazon that has been like, oh, I really want to do a video on that. It's all been kind of boring. Lots of shell ejecting stuff. Lots of strife reshells. Crap, I just found something I actually kind of want. I don't want to spend the money on it, but I just found a one of those RC cars with the little turrets on the top of it. It looks identical to the little turret that was on the old... I know exactly how this thing works, because I need to have the green screen up. The little turrets on them that the Nerf Attack Nid had, and those other blasters where it's like, you know, a single motor powers both flywheels and the rotation. But it's like, yeah, here's it's got a bunch of different, a bubble head, a water sprayer head, and a Nerf foam bullet head. But it's also one of those little RC cars that can strafe and stuff like that. They want $80 for it, though. $80! Doesn't Nerf have something like that coming out? Or, like, some company finally got the Nerf branding for one of those? I think we talked about that at one point. Hey, Pixels64, bro. There's just not a whole lot of interesting stuff. $35 lever action. That's actually kind of interesting. You can still buy the Nerf Limited Star Wars Ambin Phase Pulse Blaster for $91 on Amazon. Man, I am out of it. Sebastian, we were talking about just knockoff Nerf stuff. Ideas for videos. Yeah, I'm well aware of Stampede. I just talked and said it's still on Walmart. Modded a Stampede for halflings. Yeah, it's been done, Chaos Elemental. It's a very difficult mod, even with a drop-in kit. You can still get a wrecked jury for $40 off Amazon. That's not too bad. I want something like I see it, I go like, yeah, that'll make a fun video. And most of it's just kind of generic, boring. $6. Oh, that's almost some kind of $6 what do you call it? It looks like an M4. That looks awful. It's $6. I kind of want to do a video on it. How would I do a video on that? It's like, it'd take me like 10 seconds. It's so stupid. What else we got? A lot of stripe reshells. Like, oh, come on, there's got to be some fun stuff in here. We must dive into dumpsters. You are right. There's just not a whole lot. I guess I just like, what actually am I looking for? Something that would make a fun video. You can buy a Worker Seagull off Amazon. It's kind of neat. There's a lot of just random shell ejecting. And it's like they're all like the TikTok specials. The little 410 revolver pistol. I feel terrible spending $30 on something like that. RC Dart Rover? That's not the worst idea. At least the wrecked jury still exists. Yeah, there's... Amazon is more of a wasteland than usual. God, I want one of those. You still want to send me yours, Tag? Because I kind of want to do a video on the Ling Long. It's a Walmart link. You can't get it then. Oh, I've seen that thing before. Yeah, that's been around for a little while. I wouldn't mind doing a video on that, but yeah, it's on Amazon. I need it on Amazon. So I could use the returns from the link. But yeah, Amazon is like, oh my god, seeing this crap Nerf puts out. I just saw their new Nerf Super Soaker Dunkfill 2-pack. It's like, oh, garbage. Nerf, why? What do you think of the Nerf links? I did a video on one years ago. They're really good. Of a volcanic. Somebody was talking about one, I think it was last time. There's like a little ring lever. I do have some, like, so I have like a shotgun, right? That I could do a video on for dumpster driving. But the problem is, like, I realized how hard it would be to get like a full length video out of something like that. I thought about trying to combine it as like a Nerf shotgun special. Buying a couple different ones. Maybe kids are just way more into like gel blasters and stuff and I don't realize it. I've literally never seen kids play with like gel blasters. I've seen a lot of people play with Nerf though. That wasn't on purpose, Ivan. I think it was just a wee bit tired. The Caldwell chain pistol fit made me realize how much I want a Vertari style blaster. Is that from Hunt? I know you play Hunt. It's been on my my wish list for a very long time, and then I realized how much I hate extraction shooters for the most part. I am kind of excited to see Arc Raiders. I kind of want to play that because I really liked the finals. Is it a bolt action? Looks like a bolt action. I think they do suck, Vesic. You're not wrong. Right now, Partha, it's probably the Javelin M4X. I just think that's the best one on the market. I already did the one. I'd have to buy a bunch of hardware kits and stuff to do the other ones. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, the first video, though, the one I did on the musket was very good. Nightingale or Nightingale 2? I've heard bad things about the Nightingale 2. I've heard people burning up motors in them left and right. I like how it looks really short and compact, Supa. What's your opinion of the xshot Ragefire? I did a whole video on it. That is really cool, Supa. I'm looking at the Vetterli Cyclone. Semi-automatic version of the Vetterli. That's rad. I should play the Hunt. Or Hunt Showdown, as it's called now. I mean, the musket is really cool. You can buy a hardware kit for pretty reasonable if you have a printer. Oh my god. Okay, I'm yawning a lot. I might have to take a break, go talk to the wife. That kind of thing. I think I've been sitting too long. Oh. 3 a.m.? I don't know about that. what do the community, the rankings look like? Number 1 is Smit, number 2 is Vesic, number 3 is Fomando, and everybody else is lagging behind. Quintic was number 4, Travis was number 7, Solonese was number 9, Spicy Ice was number 5. That's crazy. I don't know how those leaderboard things actually work. It's weird. I could talk to her about it. What I'd like to finish before tonight is I'm probably going to have some dinner, and then I'm going to move the work table and everything and try to organize all that stuff. I think we're just having leftovers. We have some leftover, I cooked, like Philly cheesesteaks last night, so we still have a leftover meat, you know, onion, pepper mix. I'm going to put it on some flatbreads. Any new video? Yeah, you'll see, you'll have a video Monday. I have a couple of weird videos I'm probably going to do, and then I'm working on the Greg. I've got the CNC video cooking too. That's almost done. Yeah, the Greg is probably the next big one. That might take me another week or so, though. Yeah, the stream's going to refresh. I guess I'll wait for the stream refresh. It'll happen in a little bit. It's just a freaking OBS issue I've never been able to figure out how to fix. You're playing with Albert. On the Netflix app? I don't know. I don't have Netflix. That sounds like you should be probably not paying Netflix for money if their outage is happening. There are cheaper ways to get a superior product. Having Costco pizza? I am done with Costco pizza, man. It is not great. I wouldn't mind going to Costco, though. They're open for like another hour and a half, right? I might actually talk to the wife about going to Costco. I want to get out of the house for a little bit. Or are they closed right now? They close early on the weekend? Huh. That's weird. Yeah, they're closed. Didn't know they closed early on the weekends. That's super weird. More of a sheep's foot blade, Rufus. Kind of my thing. What do I have on my... I've got... oh, it's right here. I've got this guy on right now. It's got serrated teeth. I figured I'd just give it a shot. I don't really like it, so what I would do is just kind of, you know, put that back in, and then I just pull these down. I can take that off, like that, and I can go, oh god, where did I stash them? Ah, there they are. I can grab my deck of blades here, and it's like, okay, what do I want? Let's put the old one back. Oop, other way, I think. I'll put some oil in there later. It's not big flat blades. It's not too bad. Kind of dig it. But I really like the, like I think it's called a sheep's foot. This isn't it, I don't think. That's a pretty nice one. I try to rotate them so I don't dull them. Where's the one that I like the most? I think it's called a sheep's hoof. I mean, there's a ton of them here. Never drop a folding knife unless it's in a plastic sheath. Something like that. That's pretty good. And then you just take that, you put it in there like so. And then you take this piece, you put it back on, press it down. It should lock into place. This one is very difficult for some reason. Why is that one so difficult? What the heck? Okay. Why is that so difficult? We have to press it down harder. Huh. That's weird. I'm not entirely certain why this is just utterly refusing to go down. Is it catchy? Oh, it was caught on something. Okay, that one locked. There we go. So now I got that. And then they just all just magnetic back together. You can take individual blades. I love this thing. It's like, if I don't like the blade shape, I can just do a different one. Ah! There's non-blades in here too, but yeah. Ugh. Recommendations on soldering iron? TS80 is my... honestly, I don't think you can do better. Is it the TS80? Is that the one? I'm pretty sure that's the one. It could be powered by USB-C. And it could also be powered by a battery bank. They're on Amazon. Man, these things are getting cheap. They're like $60 now. I think I paid $100 something for mine. But yeah, I would recommend a TS80. They have really good temperature control. They shut off automatically if you leave them sitting still for so long. They just do everything. And I've never burnt a tip out on them, while all my other soldering irons have burned tips out all the time. Yeah, I can post, this looks to be the same exact one I use. I'm surprised it doesn't say I bought it a while ago, because I'm almost certain. And then somebody's be like, hey, welcome, this is the worst soldering iron. It's like, I don't know what to tell you, man. I've been using it forever. There we go. $60 is a steal. It's the one I use if you watch all my other streams when I'm working on stuff. And yeah, the thing I had problems with is all of my solder tips would burn out. Always. This has never done that to me. Like, I just don't... I think, like, a lot of people have trouble. I know it's like, oh, it's $60 for a soldering iron. Trust me, like, if you get a nicer one, it's way worth it. You can go, like, you can get, like, a soldering station, right? And those are probably the best way to go, to be honest. But I think, like, even, like, a soldering station one is, like, they're pretty expensive. This is just, like, plug it in, click a button, you can adjust the temp, solder with it, you can put it back. If you forget to turn it off, which is something I've done a lot of times, just automatically shuts off. I had so many problems with soldering irons, and I bought one good one, and it was like, oh, my problems are solved. But actually, I wonder, like, what a soldering station costs you now, because the other benefit with that one is you can obviously, it's portable and stuff. Like, they're still kind of expensive. If you don't need a portable one, I mean, these are all double, triple the price of the one I just linked you, though, so. Like, the fact that they're $60 right now, because I swear to God, I paid $100 something for mine. That was well worth it. I had a TS100 before. The TS100 used a barrel jack. The TS80 uses USB-C. It's great. It's tiny, OLED screen, customizable. They're just amazing. I still have my TS80 or TS100 too. I was gonna give it to a friend, but didn't. They didn't want it. I don't know why. I will gladly accept the, what is that, like 3-4%? So it's like $5-6. It adds up. I don't know if there's a better option. That's the one that I use. It's the one I've been using for like 2-3 years. No longer, I think. Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like, so you can take it with you to like, I tried to build a wireless toolkit so I could take it with me to an event. I used to use a Dremel one, a wireless one. I actually think it was butane, and it was cool. I still have that somewhere, but I'm a big fan of the I can just plug it into my power bank and solder with it anywhere. Is this thing charged? No, it is not charged. Let's plug it into the charger. Charger power banks. Have you printed any of the needle diamonds? No, we talked about it last stream. There are some that I kind of want to print, but no, I haven't printed recently. Not since like December. Manual screwdriver like a peasant. Man, the one that I bought, which was like on an Amazon deal for like 15 bucks, is a real good little screwdriver. It's pretty powerful. I installed a door with it. Your trigger finger is stronger. Alright, I'm gonna go cause some problems, I think. I'm sorry this stream was kind of lame. I didn't really have a whole lot to talk about. I have some ideas, but mostly just want to finish trying to set up my workshop area. And then I like, oh, there's probably a way I can stream from that. And that's like my next goal, is to figure out a way that I can stream from over there, which I already did. It's just... You take the Osmo Pocket and you connect it to the Leech and Go that has Streamlabs on it, and it should work fine. So I'll probably test that next stream. We'll figure out how that goes. We should have we will have a video Monday because it's a sponsored one. So I just have to wait for them to approve the sponsor and we're good. Can you recommend a unicorn now that the Nexus Pro X and Striker 2.0 are out? Kinda, sorta, for Landro. Kinda, sorta. I think if you like the compactness of the unicorn, you have a need for the like CQB style. Yes. If you're like, oh, I want to get the tactical unicorn, the longer one and stuff. No, just get a striker. I mean, they're not as nice as the unicorn. Don't get me wrong, but it's like you're talking about spending like $150 on a thing. Yeah, I honestly at that point it's almost worth just getting like a Seagull or a Harrier or something. I do like it. It's just not the smoothest prime ever. It's not the nicest prime ever. There are things that I think that are better than that. Well, the best time to get a 3D printer is yesterday, Primaris. The second best time is now. All right, everyone. You have a good night. Thanks for hanging out with me. I do appreciate it. We do these live streams every Saturday night, starting at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I almost forgot when I actually live streamed. We do have a Discord, which is on the screen. It's the discord.gg/nerf. You can go on there if you want to talk more stuff. I will be bopping around all over the place doing stuff. I just like, I don't really have a whole lot more to talk about. This is a weird night for me to stream. It's been kind of a weird day. But yeah, I'm just going to go hang out with the wife for a little bit. And then we will see you guys on Monday, as far as I know. Because again, just got to wait for the sponsor to approve it. So I have some videos coming out. And again, the biggest one I'm working on right now is the Greg. I just need to have that get finished up. It was a lot of printing over the last weeks. Oh man, it's like one part took like a day and like literally a day and 14 hours to print. It's ridiculous. And who knows if I even printed it right. All right, you guys take care. Thank you very much. Let me bring the window over here so I can actually hit the thing. Bye.